Hello everyone, my name is Gregor and welcome to our new episode of Surfing Daily Trades, where I'll look some of the most interesting developments for this week. This video has been brought to you by Orbex. I will look at the euro dollar, Aussie dollar, crude oil, dollar CAD and gold. Now looking at the euro dollar, as you know, last time we mentioned that market has made only 3 waves drop, so we think that's a correction that can take us higher, and that's why I'm observing now the second wave count where this can be wave 4. Well, unfortunately, recently we had only a 3 wave rise here, so looks like this 3 wave rise represented a part of a corrective movement, and since we had the first drop also in 3 waves from January high, I think that this whole structure can either be a triangle or maybe even a flat correction. So in my opinion, this correction from January is incomplete, so this intraday structures could become a little bit more complex and tricky to follow for the next few days. However, it's very important to keep in mind that there is still an uptrend, so whenever we will be able to identify end of a complex correction, I think that there can still be opportunities on the long side. But firstly, just be aware that there can be a retest of 1947 and still the bullish trend would be in play. Now let's take a look also on Aussie dollar. Now Aussie dollar, as you know, I've been very bullish recently, and so far looks like that we are now pausing here this trend, which is fine and makes sense after this very strong uptrend actually that is still in play away from March 2020 lows. And currently what I see is 5 waves up here for wave 3, and looks like this could be now wave 4 pullback. Now whenever we have a deal with a wave 4 pullback, well, this should be made by at least 3 waves structure that can take us back to the area of a former wave 4. That's around 0.7550 area, meaning that there can be more weakness coming, especially if we also consider that on the 4-hour chart we broken through this trend line support of this channel here. So this is normally a very important indication that this leg is finished, and I think that's a wave 5 of 3. Also, this is a very sharp drop in impulsive fashion, so in my opinion we could see more weakness after a rally here into wave B. Now very nice resistance would be probably here at the same price like we have seen the previous swing high, and keep in mind that this did not turn into a support, we rather moved below that level, meaning that bears could stay below that level. So actually that would be my ideal resistance area here at 78.20 up to 78.70. Also, let's take a look now on crude oil. Now, crude oil is in a very strong uptrend, which I believe will resume this year still towards much higher prices, maybe even towards $70 per barrel, but there will always be pauses on the way up. And looks like that this current pause is just a new correction here. What I'm looking at is at the potential wave 4 within a higher degree wave 3. Now this was a very strong reversal here, which may not be completed yet, especially if we consider that dollar could see more upside. Okay, so if that's going to be the case, if dollar is going to be stronger against commodity currencies like we talked about on Aussie, and also I will show you dollar CAD as well, it means that this crude oil could see more weakness. The much better support is here at the former wave 4 around 58.60 and then 57.20, and then you have also this trend line support connected up from start of January. So I think that this correction could go a little bit more sideways and then another drop before price may again find and attract new buyers. But until then, I think that dollar CAD could see also more upside. Now if we look at the dollar CAD here, you can clearly see that there was a very nice downtrend, and always after this massive and strong drops there was opposing trend. It looks like this pose is now back in the cards, possibly even back towards 129.55 resistance. Why? Because this was a very important level here. It was retested twice, here, then a breakout, very important, and then it turned into a resistance. So if we are in a new corrective phase, then I think that this way we could take us all the way back to this level before maybe downtrend will resume again. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, I really love this reversal. It's a very strong one, potentially even building here head and shoulders bottom formation. Okay, if we just will consolidate here for the next let's say 24 hours, maybe even more, than at the end of the week, I would be looking and expecting a new reversal and a bounce higher. The very nice support comes in around 1.26 level, but of course invalidation level for this structure is at 12466. Why? Because if this was very sharp move like a motive wave, and now we are now in a counter-trend movement, then in motive wave we should not move beyond this level. Okay, so I'm expecting wave C higher prices as long as we are holding these lows here. Now let's also take a look on gold. Now gold is coming aggressively to the downside here for the last few weeks, but still let's remind ourselves about the trend here on a higher degree chart, and you can clearly see that there is a valid uptrend and that we are now pulling back for 38.2%, very close to these highs here, back from from February 2020. So I think this can be a very interesting support for a potential bounce here in this range, especially if we consider that here gold has an overlapping decline. Okay, I cannot count this as an impulsive structure, at least not yet. Also, we are still trading above this lower trend line support of this corrective channel, so normally this could limit the weakness and then we see a bounce. If we see a bounce in 5 waves, let's say back above 1800, then I think that this could be very interesting structure for more upside later. But for now, it looks like that current downtrend may not be finished yet. When I'm looking at this 4-hour chart, maybe another drop is coming, but as I said, the most important will be to identify end of the corrections once we will have 5 waves from the lows. Traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video and talk to you soon. Bye.